Today on the channel, we've got the longtime partner of Captain America in his most classic form. We're looking at Marvel Legends series Secret Wars, Marvel's Falcon, on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured. Back with another Marvel Legends Secret Wars review. This is part of Series 2, and of course, once again, I'm late, but I'm going to be late on basically everything for a minute. I wanted the Falcon. I got the Falcon. Picked them up at Walmart. In fact, I got all these at Walmart. Every single one of these guys I have, I got at Walmart too. Falcon. This time he comes with Red Wing, and it's part of Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, or as I said, Marvel Legends series Secret Wars. And that figure was released in Wave 2, or was it 3? I think it was 2. I think it was Wave 2, Falcon. He's actually one of the rarer figures from the original Mattel Secret Wars line, but it was the classic interpretation of Falcon, not the modern take on Falcon. Like I have a modern Falcon in my collection. This is the classic take, and hopefully they'll do them one more time in the green and orange original flavor costume when he couldn't fly and everything. He was just Falcon, and I certainly love to get that. But this one certainly one of the ones that I wanted, and here he is. So like I said, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, I think 1985 series. He was in that series along with a bunch of rare figures. I want to say Series 3 because Series 2 you could more or less get, but Series 3 had like Hobgoblin, some other guys in it that were harder to get. And I'm pretty sure Constrictor was one of those. And of course they are homaging the original toy, but they're also putting some other guys in it that didn't have toys, like Absorbent Man. But Absorbent Man is a part of Secret Wars, so still makes sense. But Falcon did have a figure back in the day. So you got your, of course, reminiscent packaging, nicely done by Hasbro. Then on the back, you've got your cross sell. We've already reviewed Daredevil. I don't have Constrictor yet, although I did see him in GameStop of all places a couple of days ago. Magic, who was not in Secret Wars, but she was in Secret Wars 2. Spider-Man with the alien costume, and this one is like a half Spider-Man, half symbiote. I have no use for that. And then, of course, finally, Absorbent Man. Last but not least. Of course, Falcon has some text on here. Marvel's Falcon, Sam Wilson and his ally Red Wing answered the call to combat supervillain Hobgoblin as the high-flying Falcon. Perhaps Hobgoblin is a clue to them doing a third wave of this set. And I did mention him earlier. So there you go. There's Falcon's packaging. And it's time to check him out. We've got Falcon out of the package. And he comes with quite a few things. He's got his wings, which were designed in the comics by the Wakanda Design Group. For the first time ever, we get Red Wing as a bird and not as like some sort of mechanical thing from a movie. We get the ever rare white chopping hands, or flying hands, I guess they'd be in Falcon's case, or saluting hands, if you want to do that. I actually was able to acquire a pair from the retro card Falcon from my buddy Dwayne. Maybe I'll give them back because now I have a pair of these. And what I really needed the pair for is not necessarily for Falcon to be flying, but for Quicksilver to be running. That's what I need them for. Or maybe I need him for like the Punisher with his white gloves to like be able to chop somebody or whatever. But you need the white gloves, and they don't make them that much. Then you have the shield, which is lenticular. You can see Falcon in there, but it turns into good old social worker Sam Wilson. If you manipulate it, probably could see that. And then you've got Falcon. Falcon's now on the Vulcan body, upgraded from the previous, I guess, Bucky Cat body or thereabouts. One of the things about Falcon is, of course, in the comics, he's 6'2", 240 pounds. So he's like the exact same height as Steve Rogers, his height and weight. But they never make him the same size. They always give him this more slender body that maybe you would think a guy who flies with wings, maybe he'd be a thinner type of dude. But Falcon is actually not a thin dude. In the comics, he's a pretty big guy. Falcon, of course, has the distinction of being Marvel's first African American superhero. I believe Black Lightning is the first, but Falcon is Marvel's first. And of course, the Black Panther is a black person, but he's not an American. He's African, so that doesn't count. Still, Falcon has been making history for over 50 years, almost 60 years, I guess now. And of course, he has graduated to being Captain America himself. And of course, I have that figure too, but I still like Falcon as the Falcon, so wanted to get this one. Like I said, he's on the Bucky Cat body, so really what we're looking at is like the details and things that they did on him, and it is pretty cool. He's got white gloves. The last Falcon had red gloves, which is why I needed to get white hands. But the portrait definitely looks really good. And he's got the butterfly joints, as you all want to do when you have the Bucky Cat mold. I mean, the uh, Falcon mold. And, he poses nice. That figure poses pretty good. So, you can do pretty cool poses with him. When he's fighting crime with Steve Rogers or by himself, or being a member of the Avengers, whatever you want to do with him. But, he poses pretty good. So there you go. And then we've got Red Wing, the Falcon, and he's got a little thing there to put him on his wrist. But I'm definitely going to want to try and put him on Steve Rogers' wrist so I can finally do that video game pose. What we're going to do now is get Falcon geared up with his wings and be right back. We got Falcon geared up with Red Wing, and he looks pretty cool. This is, of course, I'm not flying mode. The other wings are supposed to go on for if he's flying. But he looks really good, and I don't know. I'll probably keep him like this, but we're gonna do the flight mode next, so stay tuned for that. All right, so we've got Falcon with his flying wings on. They attach the same way as the little wings, and I realized that this is like a removable peg from Red Wing. The Red Wing doesn't have to be on that peg, but you can kind of stick them on there, and there you go. So there's Falcon in flight mode, and we're gonna get him switched up for some comparisons. All right, so we're back with some comparisons. First off, we've got Daredevil, his wave mate. Daredevil, of course, is a superb figure I've already covered. Here he is with the Gamerverse Punisher. And there was a storyline called Gang War back in the day. Actually, Daredevil was in that storyline too. It was an Amazing Spider-Man. I think Punisher was in there. Maybe he wasn't, but it's not. They both run around the streets of New York, so it's not impossible for Falcon to run into Punisher. Just for funsies, we've got Jada Toys Cammy. Storm Arena Sagat. So that we can have a Cap and Falcon the same size. We'll roll up with Mafex Captain America. And last but not least, we've got Falcon with Game Reverse Cap with Red Wing, similar to one of his win poses. I think that's all we got for this one. So there you go. Going to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on Marvel Legends series Secret Wars Wave 2 Falcon with Red Wing. Don't want to leave out Red Wing. I really like this guy. That's why I got him. Like I said, it's a classic version of Falcon. It's a homage to the Secret Wars toy. So yeah, I'm down with it. Got him in my collection and pretty happy with him. I'm gonna give this figure, I don't know, I'll give him 4 out of 5 skulls. It's a serviceable figure. Nothing too crazy with it, but he comes with the stuff kind of that he should. It comes with the correct hands that you need and everything like that. So I don't have any criticisms. It works. The rings work pretty good. It's Falcon. There you go. Cool dude. So that'll do it for this one. This is my second video back, of course, and definitely still got to get into the swing of things, but we're gonna keep going. We got more coming. Big Bad Toy Store just charged me for the Professor Hulk, so I will have that up in a week or so, because it takes them forever to ship things. But it's on its way, so we'll definitely have him, and we'll keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. So that's gonna do it for this one. Till next time, everybody stay safe, happy collecting. See you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.